golden visa in Portugal under the old rules and have access to EU citizenship in 5 years without moving to Portugal? Stay with me to find out. Hi there, my name is Zeev Fisher. I'm a lawyer in Portugal, the UK, Ireland, and Israel, and I'm also an enrolled agent with the US IRS. I run a firm in Portugal with 15 lawyers, and all we do is work with expats. We advise hundreds of expats who move and invest in Portugal. Today I'll cover exactly what's going on with the golden visa in Portugal, which has been in the news a lot recently. First, what is the golden visa in Portugal? So the golden visa, or a residency by investment program, is an investment program where you invest 500,000 euros in a Portuguese fund and you get residency. You don't need to move to Portugal, and you only need to be in the country on average 7 days a year. That gives you all the rights of a resident, including access to healthcare, higher education, and free movement within the EU. It also gives you the right to apply for citizenship within 5 years, or at least it has until now. So what is going on? Two things are happening. Two things unrelated to each other: general immigration issues and specific golden visa issues. First, general immigration issues. Portugal, like many other countries, has an immigration problem. The immigration population increased rapidly in the last few years, and this led, like in a lot of other countries, to demands by the population to control immigration. The far-right party Chega has been rising, and the moderate-right conservative government is trying to respond. One of the main issues that comes up is citizenship. The government believes that 5 years to nationality is attracting unskilled labor to the country, only to receive a passport and leave. It is important to understand that when the government and the population talk about immigration, they are not talking about Americans or British people or people from the EU. These are a tiny fraction in absolute numbers and are generally seen as positive by this administration. There are people in Portugal who are worried about the side effects of rich immigration and accuse expats, for example, for rising prices, but that is not what this government believes or what is driving these changes. These changes are about addressing low-skilled immigration, with the wealthier groups being more of a collateral damage that hasn't been fully thought through. The second issue is specific to golden visa. This program used to be fast and efficient, but starting in the pandemic times, it was managed very poorly and led to unreasonable and honestly unacceptable delays. So people who applied for Portuguese golden visa are pretty upset already about those processing delays. And now with the nationality changes, they are shouting that it isn't fair, and they are completely correct. What are the proposed changes? So the law, as it has been passed in Parliament, is changing the citizenship period from 5 to 10 years, and also starts counting at the time of receiving of the first residence card instead of the application, the time of the first application. The ruling coalition offered no protection to people who already applied for residency, arguing that residency and citizenship are two isolated and unrelated issues. Now there is a constitutional challenge. After a law passes in Parliament, it is normally for the President to either sign the law, reject it by vetoing it, or to send it to the Constitutional Court for a constitutional review. However, in this case, the main opposition party, which is a socialist party, applied for a rarely used mechanism and informed that they will send the law to a constitutional review. The first press releases about this they suggested that they haven't highlighted the grandfathering in the court referral, but the press conference yesterday has confirmed that the court referral today does require the court to look into the absence of a transitional regime, the method of counting, and other issues. So what's happening next? Now the court has until the middle of December to issue its opinion. If the court finds the law to be constitutional, that's the end of the game. It changes without retroactivity protection. If the court finds it unconstitutional, it goes back to Parliament. Parliament can overcome constitutional challenges with a strong two-thirds majority, but that's unlikely. The likely outcome is the removal of non-constitutional provisions. I believe that the constitutional argument against this reform is very strong and that the court will knock out the bill. This is, of course, no guarantee, but this is my view for 3 reasons. First, the court recently intervened in the foreigners' law and knocked out nearly all of it for similar reasons, so similar types of arguments. Second, the change of counting from residency card issuance to application the opposite change from application to residency card is very unfair. It gives the authorities a de facto right to slow down access to citizenship by slowing down processing times. People should not be punished due to incompetence of the authorities, and that touches on many protected fundamental rights, both in Portugal and in the EU. Third, the authorities' main argument is that residency and citizenship are two unrelated laws, but the authorities themselves changed the processing time in the past to start from the application date as opposed to the residency card to compensate people for these. The same administrative delays that they are now arguing are unrelated. The authorities themselves tied these two issues together. So now is the last chance to get in under the old rules. Portugal is the only country in the EU offering a path to an EU passport without actually moving to the country. Until now, this was combined with also the fastest count to citizenship. These two benefits, alongside other benefits and the other advantages of Portugal, made the Golden Visa package in Portugal the best and also the most popular one in the world. We already know that this is ending. After it ends, Portugal will still offer one of the best residency programs and will still be the only one offering a path to citizenship without actual presence or actual moving into the country. So it will still be a very attractive program, but it will not be as attractive as it is now. People applying before the law changes will still have a very realistic possibility at obtaining the citizenship in 5 years. It is the absolute last minute to get the absolute best package. So if you're positively considering Golden Visa, we're strongly recommending that if you are to do it, you should do it now. Finally, in the last month, it seems that the processing delays have been finally resolved and all applicants are now invited to appointments within a short space of time. So not only will you benefit from the old rules, you might have a chance at rapidly processed Golden Visa application, something that hasn't happened within a few years, but it's already happening right now. There will be a link in the bottom of this video for more information. Please do get in touch with us for more details.